and welcome back to another devotional. Today, the title of our devotional is Character Development Easier in the Country. Parents flock with their children, their families, to the cities because they fancy it easier to obtain a livelihood there than in the country. The children, having nothing to do when not in school, obtain a street education. From evil associates, they acquire habits of vice and dissipation. Send the children to school located in the city, where every phase of temptation is waiting to attract and demoralize them, and the work of character building is tenfold harder for both parents and children. The cities are full with temptation. We should plan our work in such a way as to keep our young people as far as possible from this contamination. It is time for our people to take their families from the cities into more retired localities, else many of the youth and many also of those older in years will be ensnared and taken by the enemy. There is not one family in 100 who will be improved physically, mentally, or spiritually by residing in the city. Faith, hope, love, happiness can far better be gained in retired places, where there are fields and hills and trees. Take your children away from the sight and sounds of the city, away from the rattle and dim of street cars and teams, and their minds will become more healthier. It will be found easier to bring home to their hearts the truth of the Word of God. It is not God's will that His people shall settle in the city, where there is constant turmoil and confusion. Their children should be spared this, for the whole system is demoralized by the hurry and rush and noise. Too many of those living in the city who have not a spot of green grass to set their feet upon, who year after year have looked out upon filthy courts and narrow alleys, brick walls and pavements, and skies clouded with dust and smoke. If these clouds could be taken to some farming district, surrounded with the green fields, the woods and hills and brooks, the clear skies and the fresh pure air of the country, it would seem almost like heaven. The physical surroundings in the cities are often a peril to health. The constant liability to contact with disease, the prevalence of foul air, impure water, impure food, and crowded, dark, unhealthful dwellings are some of the many evils to be met. It was not God's purpose that people should be crowded into cities, huddled together in terraces and tenements. The Lord desires His people to move into the country where they can settle on the land and raise their own fruits and vegetables, and where their children can be brought in direct contact with the works of God in nature. Take your family away from the cities is my message. Again and again, the Lord has instructed that our people are to take their families away from the cities into the country where they can raise their own provisions for the future. For in the future, the problem of buying and selling will be a very serious one. We should now begin to heed the instruction given us over and over again. Get out of the cities into rural districts, where the houses are not crowded closely together, and where you will be free from the interference of the enemies. Let men of sound judgment be appointed, not to publish abroad their intention, but to search for such properties in the rural districts in easy access to the cities, suitable for small training school for workers, where facilities may also be provided for treating the sick and weary souls who know not the truth. Look for such places just out from the large city, where suitable buildings may be secured, either as a gift from the owners or purchased at a reasonable price by the gifts of our people. Do not erect buildings in the noisy cities.